You guys were asking for a kind of mid-daytime shot of the truck with the lights, the painted side skirts, the blacked out grille, the painted step rails, the blacked out grille. I'll do the bumper next. I'm not there yet. And the new lights installed this morning. Blacked out bumper. You're gonna see a little bit of belly action in this video, but be kind. I'm working on it. I've got back on the carnivore keto diet quite a bit. There's some negative people here that like to leave comments about my weight or whatever, but that's something I've struggled with for a little while now, and I'm getting back in the groove, and I'm losing it. So slowly turning it around. I've been eating healthy now for going on, I think, close to 2.5 weeks straight, with, I think, one time I cheated and I ate like 4 or 5 tacos, and I paid for it, because when you go that long without carbs and then all of a sudden you put carbs in your body, your blood pressure goes up. Oh, you can feel it. But since then, I haven't cheated. I haven't did anything, just that one thing in 3 weeks, and I'm really working hard on it. So here's the video. Well, we got everything else upgraded on the truck for the lights. We got the front lights are all LED projection from look here. We got them all done, but we didn't actually do the rears, and that's been bothering me lately. So I always try to go cheap before I go expensive, and then I'll step up into something more expensive. Those in the front, those were sent to me to actually review by a Chinese company that operates out of California. You guys could see the video on the light, and I had to modify the lights to get them to fit the truck, because they don't fit the truck, and then I had to notify the company. But those are $1,400 lights. These are a set of lights that had pretty decent reviews on Amazon, and they were 140 bucks for the set. And I said, man, those would complement what I have going on already. They look pretty wild, so I wanted to see what they were like. And they plug right into the factory. They got the LED circuit boards and stuff down in there, and they plug right into the factory sockets. Plug right into the socket, and then there's some kind of ballast or something like that you mount in there once you figure out where you want it. If it was me, I wouldn't even just mount it to the light somewhere. I don't know why they come loose in the back, but maybe they don't know where to mount them. I'm not exactly sure how that goes, but I'm gonna mount it real quick. Before I mount it, let's do this. Let's pull this 8mm out here and this 8mm out here, and let's pull the light out so you can see how much space you have back in there. And when you go to pull these lights out of here, sometimes you gotta pop them. Sometimes they don't just come out right away. Let me show you real quick. See how that kind of was real tough to get out? It's because these pins here in the back stick. Well, it looks like this one didn't have one of the plastic inserts. It was only in the bottom, so one of the ones from the top is actually missing. Huh. Anyhow, so undo your sockets. Looks like this area right in here all is a pretty open spot where you can mount that ballast right here on this flat side. Yeah, because if you look at the way the light goes in there, this area right in here has about 1 inch room before it touches them, before inch room of space. So then what you do is you got to pull your bulbs out, and then get your light up there. Actually, I lied. Let's go ahead and mount this thing real quick. Maybe I'll put a little twist in it. maybe like right there. Let this sit back behind it and mount it. And then this plugs into your top socket and this plugs into your bottom socket, just how you pull out the bulbs, just like that. You see all those wires get plugged in there? Now you can go ahead and put your light in. Is that a good spot right there? That's a good spot. Okay, that ballast ain't gonna work right there. You gotta move it somewhere else. So I'm gonna pull it off, stick it back here. See if that'll work. Ballast is going to work there either. Maybe I'll put it back on the truck. I stuck it back there. You could put a little screw in it if you want to, which I probably will, but I want to get it mounted first. We got this tab up top right here. You gotta line up too. There it is. I'm not really wanting to line up correctly. I noticed something I didn't really like. There's a gouge right here in this plastic that needs to be cleaned up. I'm gonna clean it up real quick. Morning. See this right here? I'm gonna clean that spot up real quick. I took a razor knife and I kind of shaved it down until it was smooth, so you could barely see it. Let's put it back in there and see now. I got it in, but I'm not, the fit for this is not, it's not that great. cheaper lights, they don't, you end up getting what you pay for. The fit it ain't terrible, but it also is not, I don't like it. I'm gonna have to play with it a little bit, because this up here everything's fine, but once you get down right here it's fine, but then here the gap is a little too big for my liking. I don't really like that unless I have to bend that aluminum tab out some more, or maybe I loosen that. Let me loosen that bottom bolt, push it in, and then try it again. I loosened the top one too. I'm gonna push it in and see if it'll. All right. It's tight for sure, but it closed it up. It's tight, but it closed that gap up right there. That don't look too bad. Let's hit the unlock button and see what happens. All right. All right. Turn the lights on back here. So that's on. Ain't got no lights right there. I wonder why that is. I wonder if I got them hooked up wrong. Yeah, I had them hooked up wrong. So I had to move the brown socket to the 4 wires and the green socket to the 2 wires. I want to try to bend this out a little bit more, this tab. The bottom tab for the light. Just a little. I don't like the way it's transitioning into the hole. So I pulled on this just a little bit to pull it out, because the angle, I don't like the way the angle is going in there. There we go. That's better. There we go. Now, if I don't show you the other side, somebody will have a fit. They'll be like, oh, you didn't show us with you taking it apart. We need to see your struggle. We need to see all the stuff you edit out of the video. Pull straight back. On this one, the little plastic clip was right here on the end. So now you take this plastic piece and you put it back up in the upper hole. Remember, stick it back there in that open hole to the back. That's strong, ain't going nowhere. And then your black and white wire will go to the green connector. Don't take the socket off the harness. Plug it directly into the connector. And if you want, you can smear it full of some dielectric grease so you can seal out the moisture from getting in the connection. I'm going to be putting a different set of lights in it anyway, so I really don't care. Yeah, see this one. This one just fit right in there. Alrighty. You'll have to push on the light a little bit to get it to sit where you want it. Alrighty. Man, I just opened and closed the door real quick. The real major problem that I have with these lights is the fact that there's no seal on them anywhere. There's nothing stopping moisture from getting in the back of these lights at all. Zero. The manufacturer doesn't build seals inside the hole, so the circuit board is wide open in the back. I gotta adjust that light again. Maybe it's not. I gotta adjust it again. The manufacturer doesn't build any seals in it to stop water or anything from getting in there. They leave it open, so you have to like build the seals into it yourself or something, silicone or whatever you got to do. I mean, they're good looking lights, don't get me wrong, but they're shit, to be honest with you. The quality's terrible, but they're cheap. And you guys want reviews on expensive and cheap? Well, here's the cheap version. Let me figure out what I'm going to do for the expensive version next. Show you what these look like again. Put the turn signal on. I don't know. I like them, but I just feel like I'd have paid $200 if they'd have just put the seals in them.